A lot of people have preconceived ideas about traveling through India. For example, they think that a lot of places don't have toilets, or there's no toilet paper, or you can't drink water, and so on. Well, let me tell you, India has really changed, and it's a real mixture of progress and very modernization, and also a lot of heritage and culture. For example, New Delhi is a very busy place. So traffic, but no accidents. Dogs, animals, people, everybody living in harmony, but everything going on. So there's no dull moment.
Let's go fishing. People, when you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Well, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. Grab your hat, get your pole. Let's go fishing when you're in the mood.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Fisher Girl, catch the passion.
Now today, we've got a wonderful day planned because we're going to check out some of the markets, and I'd like to see one of the older markets in New Delhi. And I see our guide. He's over here. AJ, how are you?
I'm
nice
very
to see
fine.
you. You came very well recommended by Sanjay. So I'm looking forward to going out and seeing the sights. Now, I'm hoping to check out the markets today, and I'm hoping that there is an older market that we can go to where we see a lot of the classic vendors.
We are going to see that, yes. We are
so what do you have planned?
That.
Tell me what you have planned today.
First, we are going to Old Delhi, which is called as the oldest part of the Delhi. Reason why we are going there is we'll see a lot of things surviving there. Like we'll see the spice market, we'll see jewelry, we'll see clothing, and we'll see a food market itself where people can have fresh food being cooked in front of them, what they are going to have, like parathas, like jalebis, which are the most famous things from Indian cuisines. And we'll see them all live. We are very close to now one of the streets called as PG Market. It's very close to Old Delhi railway station, and a lot of people are coming here to buy things because there is a time between their train, transit time, connection times. So they make use of this time and they buy here all kind of things, bags, dress material, belts. You can see the street, how busy it is.
It's congested, like you see how narrow. You said a lot of the streets are narrow like this?
Like this. There are a couple of streets which are more narrower than this, where even only a cycle can pass through. Wow. You can imagine.
So markets are the standard. We were talking earlier about shopping malls. There are some malls, but really markets is the big thing, right?
Market is a big thing. Traditional market is still an old-fashioned thing where people still prefer to come on foot and do the shopping rather than going to mall culture, although it is also becoming very famous.
Just while we're talking, I can see everything from watches to toys to ties, bags, anything you can imagine.
I would say just name them and they have it.
You can find it. Wow. We're fishing off one of the tributaries of the main river here, very close to Cuttack. We're in Orissa province in India, and we've been getting all kinds of fish on vegetation and using small worms. I heard about this fish called a snakehead that's very plentiful in India and also in some of the neighboring countries like in Thailand, but I've never hooked one. So we came to a spot where it's kind of the end of a channel, and we've got a few fish here, and we've been using live prawns. And that was actually my first cast. This
That was
is my
amazing.
You had one on too, didn't you, hon?
I did.
Okay, you be careful. You gonna net this thing, or do you want to
am.
just grab it with your hands?
No, I think I'll net it.
Okay, you can go in the water. It's nice and refreshing.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay, Barb, he's coming towards you. If you want to scoop him in the net. Yeah, get him in. Get him in. You can do it, Barb. Perfect. He's going to start flapping around. Okay, keep him in the water if you can. This is where I find out how nice and refreshing the water is. Got my glove wet. Don't know how much he's going to thrash. I'll explain to you why they call it a snakehead. Barb, you did a great job with the net. Yeah,
Okay.
he's thrashing.
Do you want me to take your rod?
Yeah, if you could just hold it while I talk.
Sure.
So this isn't a monster. He's probably about 3, maybe 4 pounds. You'll see why they call it a snakehead. So there's a look at the profile. Now I'm going to turn him towards you. Okay? So to me, look at the top here. It almost looks like a cobra or a, anaconda or something. So you see they're very tapered. They have spots all along the side. Look at the beautiful coloring. And then the dorsal fin goes all the way down. So they're soft rayed, so that they don't really have spines that can hurt you, but you have to be careful handling them. I've got pliers behind me. Notice I've got everything here but the kitchen sink around my waist. Okay, I'm going to try opening the mouth with the pliers so you can appreciate the teeth. Back home, we've got dogfish. So actually he's got very strong jaws. So his teeth are a little bit bigger than a bass, but they have very powerful jaws. Okay, Barb, isn't he a neat looking fish? You can see why they call him a snake. I'm just going to get him back in the water. These things have a lot of energy. Can you tell he wants to go?
Energy plus.
Okay, I'm going to take my hand away. I don't know if he's going to suspend there for a second now. He's gone. He's out of there. Now, these snakehead can grow up to like 40, 50 pounds. I don't think there's any fish that big in here because this is just the tail end of a little tributary. But if you fish the main rivers here, you can get them on live bait. In this case, we put on shrimp. And I just wanted to show you here, if you look in the water, all the shrimp that are here, because they have a lot of species of freshwater shrimp. So if you look right here, you can see all the baby shrimp on the bottom. Okay, you can see them, when you try to get close, they're probably going to take off. These are all small shrimp. They're actually probably prawns. There's one walking backwards right there. So you'll see in a minute, I'm just going to hook one on from the ones that the fishermen have caught for me to use as bait. So this is the same shrimp and prawns that were in the water that are all over here. So I'm going to take my hook. The way I want to hook it is to go right through one side of the tail to the other, because they've got that nice shell on the outside. So this is how he's going to be rigged right there, okay? I'll put him in the water so you see how he's going to want to glide. So when I cast him out there, see how he's gliding forward? He wants to get to the bottom. So my key is to cast this out where I actually spot one of these snakehead.
The You Find Fish mobile fishing app. Catch of the day.
Hello, Shelby. It's Tony Brecknock calling from Canadian Sport Fishing. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I was looking at your picture on our You Find Fish mobile app. Beautiful picture. Can you tell me a story about how you caught it and what happened?
Yeah, well, I was up at my nan's cottage, and it was the first cast of the day in the morning. So then I put a full worm on it, and I cast it out, and then I got a bite. So then I started reeling it in, and it was really hard. And then my stepdad, he pulled it up with the net, and it was about like 18 inches, and I'd say it's about like 4 or 5 pounds.
Fantastic. Do you like to fish with your stepdad?
Yeah, it's actually fun fishing with him because he knows what he's doing, and I'm kind of know what I'm doing, but he puts the worms on for me, and then I toss it out, so.
Perfect.
All right. Barbara, did that guy ever hit it?
He did.
They are very exciting fish to catch. Gorgeous. Big head shakes. Can't imagine getting a 20, 30 pounder. Now here in India, they call this fish a sole, S-O-L. And in this part of India, the Orissa province, they call it sola. And it is one of the best eating freshwater fish. So I've had it in different parts of India, way up from Amritsar in Himalayas, in Himachal Pradesh, all the way to New Delhi. Look it, he's not ready yet. I'm going to try getting my hand underneath, see if, without my glove, see if I can just hold him there for 1 second in the water. Gorgeous colors. I mean, they're camouflage. You can see the way they blend in with the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to try holding them right there. You know, I can't get over the beautiful colors. See these white speckles? You can see them easier if you look at the part of the fish that's in the water than up here. It reminds me of the spots on an Arctic grayling when we're up in the Northwest Territories in Nunavut. And then he's got the actual spots that almost look like spots like eyes back here. And that's probably to fool any bigger snakehead that would try to eat this guy. Because of their body shape, they can get almost anywhere. And I've actually seen snakehead come right out of the water and go up on shore, grab a frog and go back down. So they do behave kind of like a snake. Okay, I'm gonna just try to open his mouth. Hopefully he's not hooked as bad as I think. I tell you what, they've got strong jaws. I should have had my spreader with me. Okay, I see the hook, so it's not too bad. You know, probably the local fishermen from the tribe here would want me to keep this fish, but I'm releasing most of the fish. Isn't that a gorgeous sight? Look at that fish. You know, this is just one of the many species you can catch here in this part of India. We're in Orissa province. We're in the northeast side of India, very close to the Bay of Bengal, fishing some of the freshwater rivers. And these fish you can actually sight cast to, so I can't imagine having my fly rod. So I'm just gonna lay him back down in the water. Beautiful, beautiful fish. And watch him take off. I'm just gonna take my hand away. He's got tons of energy. There he goes. Look at, see how camouflage he is? You can barely see him. Now the way we've got our lines rigged, both Barb and I, because we're not sure whether some of the fish we're gonna be hooking have a lot of teeth or not, because a lot of them are different than what we're used to in North America, we're using an actual fluorocarbon leader. What I've got here is about 1.5 feet long of 25-pound test, Suffix fluorocarbon. So I've got an inline swivel right there, that's my connection. And then it goes right down to a snap and where the hook is. So the hook I'm using for these snakehead, because we haven't seen any big ones like 20, 30 pounds, that's a number 6 bait holder hook. And all we're doing is taking that prawn, hooking it through the tail. And it seems that the live prawns that are kicking a little bit, when you cast them out, definitely get those snakehead to come up and grab it more. Then we're not really setting the hook hard because these snakehead want to eat the prawns. So you just ease back gently, and most of them have been hooked right around the mouth, like in the jaw area, which is ideal. Finally, we're at a food concession. Let me guess, this is milk and sugar.
Yeah, sure, you're very right.
He's throwing something in.
Yeah, can you guess? Can you just guess what it is?
It looks like seeds, I don't know.
Yeah, he's throwing cardamom. These are two different kinds of deep fried breads. One is called as puri. Yeah. This is called as bhatura.
Yeah. I see why you warned me earlier that if I'm going to have anything, everything is deep fried. Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't look greasy. Well, I should. There's a little bit of oil there.
Greasy.
Now, where does the milk and sugar come in? How do they use it?
They are making a sweet out of this. And it is coming out of buffalo and cow.
Okay, so it's not mixed with any of the bread?
No, not with the bread.
Okay.
Along with this, we have to have vegetable, potato vegetable.
Is he actually making the bread there?
Yes, that's the way how it makes like this one.
Okay, so it's not at all like naan. He's throwing it in there.
Yeah,
so
and then it is deep fried. You can come closer, have a look, but stay slightly away.
Yeah, so you don't get splashed.
It's very hot, and sometimes you get hot oil drops.
Yeah.
This is half ready.
Okay.
Once he gets an order, then he deep fries them again.
I like street food. We've been enjoying street food, you know, even yesterday. Everything from fish to...
So would you like to try here or...
we're going to go down. I'm waiting to see. I know a lot of people are vegetarian. I like meat, so we'll see what else there is.
Yes, please.
Fisher girl! Catch the passion!
Okay, so sometimes when I cast with lures or with bait, I like to switch it up. When I don't really care about what I'm fishing for, I'm just relaxing. I like to use a stationary float. This particular float is very easy to use. You just take the peg out and it can slide right down, and you can put it right back in place by putting the peg right in there, and then it won't move.
You know what? Using a peg float like this is really smart for a couple of reasons. One, there's nothing metal that can hurt your line. A lot of people will use just a red and white bobber that's got the spring with the clip at the top and the bottom. And sometimes if you're using lighter line, that can damage the line. But because there's really nothing against the line other than this peg, it's really smart. And in shallower water, it's very easy to adjust. If you were fishing in deeper water, you'd have to use a little different type of rig.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Naden Boats, Canada's finest aluminum boats.
You know, snakehead are a very interesting fish. We have some snakehead in North America, especially in the lower states, that are an invasive species. Few anglers are fishing for them. But when you get to Asia, and especially India and Thailand, Snakehead are native and they can grow up to 50 pounds. Now, the snakehead that we were going for were smaller in size, under 5 pounds. But to get them, because they were in shallow water, we couldn't use a weight, we couldn't use a float. We just had to use a hook and line, and we used fresh prawns for bait. Now, because of that, we used a Suffix 832 braided line. This line is so limp that even with just a hook and a prawn on your hook, you can cast it out very effectively right to a target. We could see the cruising snakehead, so we would cast just ahead of them, either with the prawn or a small bait fish, and we were able to get them. Once we hooked them, snakehead are notorious for rolling in the line and jumping out of the water. That's where the no stretch in the Suffix 832 braid is very important, because you can get the hook into the fish and control the fish so it doesn't get you into cover. Barbara, nice snakehead. Okay, bring him in slowly, Barb. Good, come on.
Oh, he's got energy plus.
That's okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You want to see what one feels like? Okay, here, I'll hold your rod. You grab him. Okay, we'll leave the hook, yeah. Grab him behind the head. Go ahead. Be courageous.
Okay.
Right where the head is. And hold him up. Oh, he's got the hook caught in the thing. I'll hold the net underneath, so if he does flop out, he'll go in the net. Hold him up to the camera so everybody can see him. Yes, turn him a little bit. It's your first snakehead, hon.
It is.
Look at the beautiful dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're just gorgeous. Okay, Barb, if you keep holding them, I'm going to try to hold both the rod and the net underneath. You know what? You're going to have to hold the rod because I'm going to get the pliers out.
Okay.
Okay, hold them just like that. He might try to flop, okay, Barb?
Oh, my
If you're going to drop them in the net, okay?
Okay.
Especially if I get the hook out, because we want everybody to see this fish nice and clearly. Yeah, he does have teeth, Barb.
Oh.
Look at you, hooked him beautifully, right in the edge of the mouth.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just going to get that out.
They like those shrimp.
Yeah. Barb, hold him up one more time so we get a nice picture.
Okay.
Now look at, this is a great place to come with your wife. You don't have to fish every day. We've been seeing all kinds of beautiful sights, historical buildings. We've gone to wonderful markets, had some amazing food. You like Indian food? Come to India. You'll taste the real Indian food. And then you can come here and fish in Orissa province and get some of these beautiful snakehead. If you're familiar with Indian food, you know that a lot of food is pretty spicy and hot. But the interesting thing is, Indians not only like their spicy food, they also like their sweets. Ajay, there's a lot of sweets, and it's one of the first things in the market here.
Yeah.
So take us through. Are these pretty well just sugar?
Yeah, they are all sugary stuff.
Yeah.
And out of all these sweets, I would say 100% are made out of sugar and milk.
Okay.
The base is milk and sugar. Couple of times they add coconut of
It's
rice.
not even lunchtime, but a lot of people are coming here and buying the sweets. So is it like a snack in between?
It's not a snack, but since it is a morning time and we are very close to the Hindu temple, we just saw.
Okay.
And as a part of the offering,
Oh, they
people-
actually take the sweets
They take
in?
the sweets
I
also.
thought they ate them.
They do eat also. But the most expensive sweet out of these would be this one.
Why?
This is made of sugar and
Yeah.
only cashew nut.
Wow.
There's no milk, no other stuff in there.
Yeah, sugar and
You can
cashew.
see on the top it has got a silver foil.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for the purity of the sweet.
Okay. Well, it's a little too early for me to have any sweets, and I'm not going in the temple. So maybe we should just keep going down, see what else there is.
We'll show.
Okay. Right now, we're going into a place called Chick Fish. It's a restaurant that's known for making delicious seafood and fish. We're going to be preparing the sole, or in English called snakehead. So Rajesh, why don't you take us through the different things that are going to go into the actual batter before it's coated?
This is actually the fillet of sole fish.
Yes.
And these are the ingredients which we use to marinate it. This is white pepper, egg, and this is mustard powder, salt, and this is wheat flour. We have made the batter which we are going to marinate this fish with.
Does the fish have to sit in the marinade, or can it be put in the bread right after it's marinated? Or put in the batter?
Straight away, we'll, after marination, we'll put in the breadcrumbs.
Good.
And then it will go for a deep fry.
Now, is there a reason why you do the strips instead of the chunks or cubes?
Basically to be more crispy.
Ah, okay. I like crispy fish, so this
Yeah.
is good. Okay, let's go over to the fryer. How long does the fish normally cook for?
It normally takes 2 3 minutes.
I like the way he's sliding it carefully. Because I guess the oil is hot and it's only cooking for 2 or 3 minutes, it doesn't retain a lot of the oil.
Exactly.
That's perfect. So this is going to be marvelous. You know what? I'm going to get ready for dinner because we're minutes away here and then we can enjoy it.
Sure, sure.
Okay, perfect. There's nothing like getting fresh fish. These fish probably came from the Orissa area, both the saltwater and the freshwater fish. And I got to tell you, if you enjoy discovering India and you're going to be in New Delhi, you're going to be checking out the markets and trying some of the street food, you should stop at Chick Fish. It's one of the nicest restaurants, family owned. They have a long reputation. Everything is fresh and made literally before your eyes. You know, we stopped on a road bridge because we saw some fish boiling, and sure enough, it's all snakehead. Okay, Barbara, I'm going to pass you the rod. You got it, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to see if I can lift this guy up, actually. Come on. Come on.
Wow.
I can't believe well, you know why? Because it's not a huge one. But look at how gorgeous this fish is. I'm going to put my glove on and lip him like a bass, but you'll notice that I'm being careful here. If he thrashes, he thrashes. I'm not worried about that. Still wet from all the other snakehead that we caught. Okay. You know, when you have your thumb in one of these fish's mouths, and I'm wearing that Normar glove, you can appreciate the fangs that they have in the teeth all around the edges of their mouth. So he was hooked just nicely right in the side. He took a live bait fish. So I'm going to try popping that out. I don't know if I have to get my, you know what, pliers. Best thing to do is not to mess around. That's why I've got the pliers with me. And there we go. Hook is out. Line is out of the way. Look how nice that fish is. See those nice spots all down the side and the nice white flashing? It's almost like specks there, long. I think they're gorgeous. Look at it. Isn't that cute? Only a fish a mother could love, like a mother of a fish, right? But look at the top. Look at its top of its head. It does look like the scales of a snake. I don't have any other option because we're on this wall here. Good thing he wasn't bigger. I'm just going to have to drop him over the side. But you know what? He's going to take off pretty quick. Here he goes. Look at, see him? He's gone.
There he
Very
goes.
healthy fish.
Bye-bye.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Suffix, the world's most hardcore fishing line. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Fisher Girl, catch the passion.
Now, you know, when you travel, especially internationally, you can't take a lot of gear with you. So what we've done on this trip is take quite a few rods, maybe 5 or 6 rods, but they're all 4-piecers. So the rod that I'm using right here is made by Rapala. It's called a Baja rod, and it's a 4-piece spinning outfit. So it actually, there's the first section, 2, 3, 4. And I've got just a medium action spinning reel on there with some of the Suffix titanium braid. Here's another little snakehead. I'm just going to lead him in. Nice little snakehead. I saw him come up, grab that prawn, and then I just set the hook. He's going to keep in the water. And they've got so much energy. Look, he wants to go, and he's going to be off. There he goes.